Honestly, this is actually where the drama lies. Victoria puts Onyeka in her place. Guys, in this episode, I am loving it. Though it hasn't really dropped fully, but guys, from the ones we've seen so far, I'm going to be telling you guys exactly what happened and how Victoria puts Onyeka in her place. Oh my god, I just love it for her gracefully, like in a classy way. Victoria puts Onyeka. She said a whole lot that I know Onyeka was nothing short of like buying her head in shame. She would have just kind of like walked out of the place because it really hits her so hard. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm Spicy. Go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, guys, we are really on day 4. Okay, today is supposed to be the day 4 and they're supposed to drop it fully in the evening, but guys, the clips flying here and there. Okay, and I got to watch a whole lot of snippet of it, guys, but then tonight we are still going to roll. So in this episode, guys, Victoria put Onyeka in her place, and that's exactly what she deserved. Though a lot happened in this episode, the Onyeka Cassia situation, Onyeka Kelly, Nelly stepping in. I don't know why Nelly stepped in. I don't know exactly. Okay, and who else in this situation? Then Victoria Onyeka. That was just it in this particular episode. Now let's start with Cassia and Nelly, because Nelly was claiming that there was something she said to Cassia said something to her, and it wasn't really Onyeka that said that, it was Cassia that made up the story. And Cassia was saying, I said two things to you. One was Onyeka who said, and the other one was my instinct. And Nelly was like, no way. In fact, it had started with Sean because Ebuka had asked Cassia that Sean said her husband is not a deserving winner, like Kellyre is not a deserving winner, he was not supposed to win. Okay, and you know that you guys remember when that happened and really caused a lot of issue between Sean and Cassia, and people were just talking outside, you know, why would Sean say anything like that? Sean is jealous of Kellyre's win allegedly and all. Then Cassia asked him and said, yeah, you were claiming Kellyre was not supposed to win, didn't deserve to win the show. Okay, because I don't know his reasons, and he was saying Kellyre didn't do anything in the house. Then she, as Cassia, want to ask him, what did he do in the house? Because that the only thing she remembers him for in the house was just KISSIN, kissing. And I think Sean cleared it and said it was not like that. He is not a viewer per outsider, he is in the house and he has only watched the show for like 2 years. Okay, so being in the house, one can be able to say, if you're asked based on those you feel like, oh, they are really playing the game, one can say, oh, this person is like, he can say Wani or Onyeka according to Sean. Okay, that Wani or Onyeka. Okay, so I don't know how this thing hit on Nelly, and Nelly was like, yeah, Sean was right, because if you're in the house, you can, anybody can actually say this is my top 5. So it's not like there was more to it. And Kelly and Nelly was like, everybody in the house know she and Kelly Ray are cool, that she likes Kelly Ray. Even post show, she hadn't said anything, any negative, nasty thing about Kelly Ray. And I was like, so what is the problem? And she said the problem is his wife, obviously the wife. And that was when Cassia stepped in. Honestly, they became confrontational, or they stay using curse words, sit down, you're this, you're that. I'm Queen Nelly, if you don't know. Like, I'm like, all of these things you guys are doing, like everybody is feeling like a pro, everybody is feeling like the big boss. Like, I don't know, everybody is acting like, you know, trust Cassia would definitely shut you up. Cassia would definitely give it to you the way she would want to. Like, she is going to stop until. So it got to Kelly, and Oyeka was trying to say that Kelly Ray was dissing her, or Kelly Ray knew it was her fan and he was using ambassadorial deal and was writing something. Is it the one that does not beg for TV? Guys, I want to really look into this, because how would somebody know that this person is your fan? Because I don't understand. That was exactly what Kelly was saying. How do I know? How will I know that this person is your fan? How will I know that the person is your fan? And you can't tell me what to post and what not to post. I wanted to post about my deal. I wanted to post about my ambassadorial deal or whatever. So how do I know this person is your fan? And the person came under his comment and he asked her, is it the one that does not take her bath for like 2 weeks, or that takes her bath once in 2 weeks? And why were you catching stray Onyeka, if I may ask? Because Kelly was asking her, do you, is it that you don't bet once in 2 weeks? In fact, it was Cassia that gave it to Onyeka and told her, you do not bet at all. In fact, he wanted to go over to Chizoba, because when Onyeka and Kelly were actually digging it, Cassia had to step in, because there was something, you guys remember, yesterday before yesterday, everybody was like, oh, Wani is Raz, Onyeka. Even me here was like, oh, I love the way Onyeka was not interjecting when he was talking. But last night it was a different thing altogether, guys. In fact, this thing I saw, it was a different thing, because Onyeka couldn't let Kelly Ray talk. She doesn't want anybody to talk. Even when Victoria was talking, guys, I'm coming to Victoria's gist. Just relax. Don't go nowhere. Grab your popcorn. You guys, we are getting into it. Onyeka did not allow the young man to talk. She was like, oh, what's going on here? Babe, allow him to talk now. What's it? Allow them to talk. Allow these people to talk. I don't know what your problem is. Okay, so Kelly was like, how am I supposed to know? Okay, tell me, are you the person who doesn't take her bite wasn't serious? Then why are you catching stray? Why are you catching stray? Then that was when Cassia started asking her, do you take your bites? Auntie, you dey bath? Do you take your bites? You don't take your bites. And Kelly was like, okay now, Onyeka, you don't take your bath. You are smelling. And so Kelly had to address that issue, saying that somebody amongst them there told him, because Ibuka had asked him, this person that told you that people were saying you were not supposed to win, is the person a no lose gas season housemate? And he said yes, that the person is even amongst them there, but he's not gonna mention names. Okay. And this person told him that there were about 4 or 5 people who were saying he did not deserve to win. And Ibuka asked if he said Sean, it seems them by the way that he didn't really go to ask questions to know those who were involved or not. But yes, and he's not going to mention the person's name who said that to him. So, but he said it, that let him tell them that majority of them came with their emotions and not with their sense. Ah, God, like I just can't really wait for this. But it's like I just can't really wait for it today, because I'm really going to dig it. But it's everywhere though. I guess a lot have watched it. I don't know. Yeah, okay. So I'm just telling you guys in case you haven't really come across any of the clip either on the TL or anywhere. Okay, Kelly Ray was like, if we go on any other show, reality TV show or game show with you guys, I am still going to win you people. I'm like, yo, this is a winner, true and true, a winner that knows his words. You guys came with your emotions and he came with a sense. And he was like, yeah, you guys said he was not doing anything in the house, but he was singing. He was always singing, and before you know it, everybody's there singing. Yeah, and that was where Nelly cut the street. Nelly said, yeah, singing, okay, everybody can sing now. Is there everybody that wants to sing can sing? And well, like people copied me. I see people dragging him because of that. That why would he be saying they copied him like is child? Yeah, because he came and started singing. Of course, it's just like one season like that who was, I think it was Liam, I think it was the Sassy version. Liam was saying, she was literally the only one we heard singing in the house. She would always sing and sing. If some other person comes and starts singing, we'll say you're copying him, because ordinarily this is biggest house, you cannot just come and start singing like normally. Even when you're in your house, you don't wake up and you just start singing and singing, no. So he was singing and you two started singing. So that means you copied him. But Nelly was seeing it as no, everybody. In fact, what I see in all of this is that Nelly doesn't have issue with Kelly Ray, and Nelly was like, since this post show, after media rounds, they've not spoken, and she doesn't know why. probably because of the wife. I think her main issue is with Cassia, and Nelly is doing 6 months with Onyeka. That's just it. She's just trying to be on Onyeka's side. Yeah, she's trying to be on Onyeka's side and defend Onyeka. Even Chizoba, who is her sister, is not really, apart from when she was trying to like stop Cassia from calling her names, and Cassia was like, "Don't talk to me, I'm not talking to you." And Cassia was like, "You are defending your husband. Why can't I defend my sister?" So Kelly had to explain. But Ibuka asked him, "Now, who is the person that doesn't bet for?" You must have some. He said he doesn't have anybody in mind, and Ebuka was like, "Why did you use her?" He said, "Okay, what am I going to use? Him, her." That he just put it out there. He just put it out there. I'm like, that was when Heka came. This couple, they lie a lot. How can they say they were saying she doesn't take her bets? Is there anybody that didn't see me take my bet in this house? But what I don't understand is, why are you catching straight? It's not like there was a clip where Kelly Ray said, "Oh, you don't take your," but this was happening post show. This was actually your fan coming under his post to make fool of himself or herself, and he can claim he doesn't know he's your fan, because do I know your fans? Okay, I post something and somebody comes on that comment. Do I know who is who just by being a commenter? I wouldn't know exactly. So he gave it back to the person. So why are you catching stray? Like I was asking, is there anybody that didn't see me betting in this house? Is that like, guys, it was so childish for me at some point. And he said, no, let me stand up. That 360 you guys saw, she stood up and said, look at me very well. I look fresh and then I look fresh and I look sweet. Yes, no, I look fresh and I look whatever. I even look better than those who said she was not having her birth in the house. Like, guys, the beef was much. He was just calling Cassia. She was just calling Cassia names, being Onyeka. What did she call Cassia before Victoria was like, no, you don't call her names like that. Okay, you don't um call her. I don't know what they called Cassia. There was something they called Cassia. I don't know what she called Cassia. And she was like, in fact, they made it look like Cassia was lying all true, but no, Cassia said what she said. It was only in episode 3 where I felt what she was saying. She said it was her instinct, because Onyeka said that's her strategy, being in everybody's, but she didn't really open up to say it was one. That was in episode 3. That was the only place I didn't really like the way she was stuttering. But in this one, she kept saying what she was saying. Tell Onyeka, you don't bet, don't worry, you will soon start sweating. I think there was a point where they said she mentioned her mom. I didn't hear her say that. Probably I'll revisit the clip. I don't even know how they're going to drop it tonight, because I don't know if they had uploaded 2 episodes on like that, 2 episodes last night, because we saw this episode full and a lot have watched it full, like, guys. But let's just wait if they are still going to use the same episode tonight or another one. Now fast forward to Victoria and Onyeka, guys. This is where the main drama came in. This is where the main drama came in, because Victoria was like, Onyeka was like, Victoria said a lot of things, that why would Victoria make her look like the bad one? Why would Victoria make her look like the villain while she came into the house with the strategy of being in a triangle, and you're making her look outside like she's the bad one when you knew you were playing your game? That it was a game, everybody was playing their game, but how come that was your strategy and you make it look like I am the bad one? And she was like, I'm saying a lot of things, that Victoria is a snake. Victoria, like, she called Victoria a whole lot of names, guys. And while she was talking, Victoria just allowed her that. Even she said, Oyeka said Sean told her that that was her strategy, that was a Victoria strategy. So why would you know it's your strategy to be in a triangle, and you were happy they were calling you Mrs. Simbadiwe? I'm like, oh God. So this Mrs. Simbadiwe was actually paining Onyeka. The Mrs. Simbadiwe pained Onyeka, guys. Honestly, he really pained her. That they were calling her Mrs. Simbadiwe, and That was what she wanted. And she was making her look bad. She was making her look like the bad one in the house when she knows she was just playing her game. She was just rumbling. She was just rumbling, talking and talking. She couldn't allow Victoria wanted to step in. And Ibuka was like, okay, Victoria kept cool. And she talked and talked and talked and talked and talked and talked. In fact, she didn't even want Victoria to talk. She was just talking, and like she said a whole lot of things. She said a lot after she referred to Ozzy, as my friend, I'm like, who is dragging Ozzy with you, Seth? Who is even dragging the Ozzy with you? Because at the end of the day, nobody is dragging Ozzy with you, baby girl. So why are you acting like they are dragging him, my friend, my friend? Nobody is dragging your friend with you. Nobody is dragging Ozzy with you. So, but when she mentioned Sean's name, I was like, okay, so it's like you came out and had this conversation with Sean, and Sean told you that was Victoria's strategy, right? Okay, we are going to hear it this night. So, Ebuka had asked her okay, Victoria asked her, please, when did you hear that was my strategy? She said after the show. Hey God, after the show. That was when she went and she saw clips, or she said Sean told her where they said it was a strategy, and Victoria was like, oh, this girl is just being delusional. This girl is just like, so when she had finished, she said, I know that I may ramble, but I will never tell a lie. I know that I'll ramble, I will never tell a lie. I'm like, okay, the other day, auntie, they were just calling you civil, but today you're just exhibiting your own rasness, your own version of rasness. Like, it was a lot. So when Ebuka, there is nothing like when you're telling the truth, and you know that you're telling the truth, guys, your words will just be flowing. You just, your eyes will not be blinking. You will never stutter. You'll be saying the thing. It will be flowing. And when it was Victoria's turn, Victoria started from beginning of this whole thing to the end. And Victoria explained that she never came into the house with any strategy at all. But Onyeka had a lot to say about her. Onyeka called her slow. She was always calling her slow. Even when Cassia stepped in to tell her, Victoria does not like this. She kept calling her a ram without words. She said she was always calling her names. That she said a whole lot in the house which she does not own up to. That she said she was always talking. She was always talking, saying a lot. So when they came into the house, and that was never her strategy. And at that point she was still struggling initially. So when this whole okay, it's like, then I think she said Sean told Onyeka, whether Sean she was the one that went to Sean and said, see, Onyeka is Victoria is this, Victoria is that. It's like Sean had told her to go, befriend her and make her, make friends with her. We remember that time that initially we thought they were friends. I think Onyeka went to her, was speaking to her. I remember, I can even be picturing it here as I'm saying it. She went to her. So Victoria was like, she was the one that came to me. She was even crying after she was, talking to me and all and all. Then later she went back, the same Onyeka went back to Sean and told Sean a different thing altogether. Victoria said she never dropped a tear, she never cried, but she went to Sean. This same Onyeka, after coming to Victoria, went to Sean to say a different thing altogether. And it seems that it made her angry. And that later Onyeka came back with Cassia on her bed. Onyeka was denying it. Cassia said yes. Onyeka came back to her bed and was begging her. Now, let's look at this whole strategy thing that you're claiming that being in a triangle was my strategy. Now, Victoria said it was never her strategy. And when this whole thing happened, I think one day she was talking with Ozzy. She just spoke with Ozzy, not on any, nothing was happening. They were just talking. And next thing, Onyeka came to her. I was like, babe, what's happening? This one, she said, no, nothing is happening. It's just Chris. She said, that she can use her jet ski to ship them. You guys, she said she can use her jet ski to ship them together. Victoria was like, no, 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 no. It's just Chris and vibes. Nothing is happening. But this same lady did not rest. She was just like, all over. You guys remember every time she would come to Victoria, she would come. She said that Victoria told her that every time, that when she asked her that thing, remember when she asked about the short skirt thing, that was when Victoria still looking at her like, is this one what's all of this with this short skirts? Like, why would you be asking me? Why would you just come? You see two people talking, and she said because Onyeka said she went to Victoria and she was even asking her babe how far when she knew she was supposed to be, she was being in a triangle was her strategy. When she asked her how far, she was like, no, it was just cruise and vibe. And meanwhile, it was Victoria said, no, you came to me. You saw me talking with somebody. You were the one that came to me. And every time she noticed that anytime she is having conversation with Uzi, Onyeka was always there. Onyeka said no, or were you the one always? And evidence show, like receipts are all over the TL, guys. Clips from the show, pictures from the show. That anytime she's talking with Uzi, Onyeka will always be there. Like she really wants to know everything. So Victoria cleared her up and told her that she is a very bad person. That Onyeka is a very, very bad person. And that Onyeka is the type of person that she'll become friends with you, make herself vulnerable, then try to get information from you, then boom, she lives with that information and she uses it against you. Guys, oh my goodness. Like, when she said that, like the whole people, she said, okay, there was something Ebuka asked her. Ebuka said, okay, now that all of this happened, so how come you're the one calling her this, you're the one doing this, and she never said anything? She said, because she's a snake. Guys, you need to see the expression on the whole housemate's face, huh? Like, because at that point, everybody clocks that this girl is just making up stories. She's just lying. But Onyeka, like, Victoria came prepared with receipts. And Victoria said, Sean, please, if I'm lying, correct me. Now, how did this whole strategy thing happen? She said at that point where she was struggling, and when Sean saw her with Ozzy, Sean was like, what's up? And this narrative of you and Onyeka, what's happening? He said nothing. And Sean was like, when you that don't even have a strategy, why don't you just cue into it and play it like, she said no. She told Sean, I didn't come into the house I didn't want to have a relationship in the house, and whatever it is I have outside or I have where I am, I'm okay. I'm here to play the game. I'm not here to be in a relationship. I'm not here for anything. So that was how that whole strategy. She was like, Sean, please, if I'm lying, correct me. Like, Sean was like, you're not lying. You're guys, like Victoria cleared her up. Victoria cleared Onyeka up. Like, I just can't wait for them to drop that full episode. I don't know, they had dropped it somewhere, like some people claim, but I'm not really going to mention it here, guys. Whether it was their mistake by uploading it or what, but I guess a lot have watched episode 4. We've watched this episode 4 like to the fullest. Victoria cleared Onyeka up. Victoria cleared this girl up today. Like, Victoria made her look small, because even at the end of it all, Ebuka was advising the Onyeka that your strategy had an effect on a lot of people negatively, and they said it. So Ebuka was just advising her. Like I said, when she opened the thing, they wrote game show, reality TV show, she's not going to stop anyone with the strategy, this, that. But the truth remains that, babe, you were just everywhere. You were just like, you were everywhere, and the strategy you were using wasn't really nice. And guys, the thing, no. I see her fans all over the TL talking, and Nelly buying, trying to form fake mans, because of, I don't know, you're trying to be will I say, not defensive, you're trying to act like you are defending Onyeka, you're on Onyeka's side, simply because you feel you don't like Kassia, or you feel there was something Kassia said to you and it wasn't really Onyeka that said that. And at least we saw who was what, and who was who in the house. We know how they behaved. We know whom you can say, okay, this person can pull up this art, this person can do. But we know that Victoria was generally calm, and I loved the way Victoria, in a classy way, said everything. Even Onyeka herself could not even remember some things. Yeah, she couldn't remember. When Victoria was saying, she couldn't even remember. Like, I'm like, yo, baby girl, they have really, really finished you today. At least next time, you know how to behave. This show should have taught her a lot of things. Cassia was like telling her, how come only you, everybody's jealous of you? You said somebody tried to poison you. Is a lie. You're the one that tried to do it. You're a bad person. You're this. You're like, they told her you are a bad. I know when the ex handed their face, everybody was like, Yeah, guys, it was like it was a lot though. It was a lot, guys. It was a lot. This episode 4 was where the drama lied. I'm telling you, people, if you've not watched it, that's where the drama lied. Well, stay tuned, okay? Because you're gonna be getting more and more. Because Ebuka has started with Ben and TJ. I'm going to talk about it. How come all the people that came as duo as friends, guys, one way or another, I don't know what really happened. I love that Sean, did not stutter. Sean defended and said yes. Everything Victoria is saying is the truth because Victoria was calling him, oh, uncle. They said you're the one that said, please, if I'm lying, clear me. Let me know exactly where this my lie, right? Lies. Can you see Auntie doing the three? I think they didn't even show the 360. It was just when she ran outside. Say, let me even stand up. Boom, she come outside. She said she looks fresh and she looks what. But my question is, what is their problem with Kelly Ray? You came on a show and Cassia told them that don't think the person who always wins is the most entertaining, or is it has to do with the fans, it has to do with the viewers. If the viewers have chosen, I remember this last instance, people were like, Sweet Gulliver didn't do anything. But that guy was really very competitive in the game. But they were still claiming he didn't do anything. I didn't do it. They feel the person coming to the house shouting, because if you say the person who is bringing the real show is one other lady that would have won. But in this case, people chose whom they like. Like Sean said, maybe because they were married, or maybe because people like them, or maybe. So that's the game for you. That's the game for you. If you come on a show, just be your real self. Just be yourself. And like Ebuka wrapped it up and said, have your gameplay and have your strategy, but that strategy shouldn't really be something that will be affecting others. You guys, like Ebuka was even embarrassed on her behalf. See the way Ebuka looked at her, she just stood up, jaga. I'm like, okay, those that have been defending that she went to school, she's educated, she's a lawyer, today she messed up. Because even yesterday I was applauding her, like, oh, the fact that she didn't interrupt Wani, the fact that she wasn't interjecting when Wani was speaking, the fact that she remained civil. But guys, this episode 4, she was just, oh, I don't know, because of what, I don't even know exactly what to say. She was just all shades of raz. All shades of rasness. She didn't allow. Kelly was like, you allow me talk. You cannot allow somebody to talk. Guys, it was a whole lot. I'm telling you guys, it was a whole lot. Okay, but in all, we are here for it. Okay, let's see how they are going to end this. Okay, whether there's going to be reconciliation or whatever, and okay, guys, share your thoughts in the comments. I'll come up with more gist updates. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.